Hello and a happy new year to all our viewers around the world. It's 2021 and we're so excited to bring you the first episode of Sport Pizza, where you get the absolute best and ever exciting world of sports. Now, 2020 was very fantastic. We had fun on the show. I had lots of clubs. I don't think that's going to change in 2021. But what's going to change is that we'll be giving you more local content on the show this year. And of course, we'll also encourage a lot of participation. We want to hear from you more in 2021 than we did in 2020. Now, last year, towards the end of the show, we talked about a slot for sponsorship. So if you're a brand there, you want to have the visibility, this show has got you covered. We've got the very best platform for you to showcase all your products. Now, we'll go for a very quick break. And when we come back, Olakole Phillips joins me. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, Olakole Phillips made his grand return in the first episode of the show. Kule, good to have you back.
Happy New Year to you and to our esteemed viewers out there. We hope that this year will bring in good tidings, a lot of goodies for each and every one of us. And then in the sporting world, we hope that, in the home front, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be able to bounce back from the disappointing 2020 to very good performances in 2021. And also for our Flying Eagles of Nigeria, they are right now in Waffle, where they will be playing in the qualifiers, talking about the Golden Eaglet. We hope that they will not, post poor performances like the Flying Eagles did the last time where they crashed out, because all eyes are on them right now. It hasn't been so good for Nigerian football. Like I said, 2020 is gone, 2021 is here. We hope that Nigerian football will be on the rise again. And also in the English Premier League, so much as passions has been thrown at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but right now he's back, joined up with the Liverpool, and also for Arsenal. They needed to beat Chelsea to hit form, and right now they won 3 games on a bounce, which for me is really very good for them. And also talking about Manchester City, also they've been neither here nor there, but again they win, they turn out against
they won 3 on the bounce.
3 on the bounce. The game against Chelsea also was a very good one for them.
I'll tell you stuff. I think Chelsea are on bonanza right now. Is the best time to play.
Just the way Arsenal were on bonanza a couple of weeks ago.
I think it's about the London team. They've turned the bet into Chelsea. So just play Chelsea and get
a 3 points.
But you see, I'm one of those guys that will be surprised if at the end of January Frank Lampard still has his job, because he spent as much as £250 million to bring in some players that I feel were absolutely unnecessary.
And Bronson, look at Havertz right now, and even Timo Werner. Those guys are not hitting form right now. These are players that are so much. Frank Lampard believes that they will.
One of the problems I think Chelsea has is Timo Werner is a top 9. Frank Lampard is playing the young man as a position. He's playing as a left forward, instead of a point man.
He does it. He has done it to some clubs, and it's been a disappointing result, even against Aston Villa, against Arsenal. And I don't know when it will take him the time it will take for him to realize the fact that the young man is a striker and not a winger. But for Havertz, he has not really lived up to billing, and it's been so disappointing. And at times, I think it's not about even the players; it's about the players interpreting the coach's tactics, which for me, I think you have to pour all the vituperations on Lampard right now, because you are as good as your last result.
That's what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, I think Frank Lampard is a B+ coach. Is yet to hit that A form level, because a club like Chelsea, who has proven record of winning, they've won the league. Mourinho came and broke the jinx of their league title. Several coaches has come and won, and I think you have to give kudos to Chelsea management. In my opinion, I think they've done so well. They released lots of money for him to buy. It was like a point and kill situation. You point this player, they get it for you, and they expect you to turn in result. Up to this time, these players are still struggling to adapt.
Bronson, Frank Lampard is not a proven coach, no doubt about that. After he was a manager of Derby County, he was employed as the coach of Chelsea. Yes, we've seen coaches coaches. We talk about a coach like Zinedine Zidane. Even Mikel Arteta was improving before they got their jobs. But then you expect to live up to expectation, like you said, with the kind of money they invested. So Chelsea is not like a team like Arsenal. When Arsenal were Mikel Arteta wasn't getting the result, even the management still stood by him. They said in Arteta we trust, but it's a different ballgame entirely. At Chelsea, you have to win. A trophy. You have to win one trophy or the other before you can retain your job. And you can see what has been happening over the years. Once the coaches are not turning out the result, Abramovich sacks them.
They boots you.
And with the kind of money, that is why the previous season that they got that ban, and then they were restricted from buying players. They were still able to do well with players.
As a matter of fact, I think they did well with that ban. Rather than lifting up the embargo.
You have over 250 million pounds, you bought players, and right now this kind of result, you won 7 games in 17. Come on, it's absolutely disappointing, and things has to change in the next game, or probably in the next few games, because I'm sure that from the feelers we're getting, has it that he might just be fired any moment from now.
But then, are there coaches available? I mean, looking at Pochettino has been taken.
Yeah, I think Lampard will eat a big sign of relief right now, because Pochettino was being touted to take over from him if eventually he loses his position there. But right now, Pochettino has been signed by Paris Saint-Germain. But we still have coaches like Massimiliano Allegri, and also we have Tuchel,
who just left PSG.
With PSG some couple of weeks ago. So the coaches are there. I think out of the two, I want to go with the established one, talking about Massimiliano Allegri, if eventually Lampard is not able to live up to Billy.
Time will tell. And also in England, Manchester United seems to have gotten their mojo back. I don't know how they did it. Now, don't forget that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a few weeks ago was being criticized with his poor run of form. But that has changed. Right now, they are second on the log. I mean, Kule, that's very surprising. Now, there haven't been any form of doubt about the quality of Manchester United. Don't forget that even when United were suffering deep in form, we analyzed that team and saw that United has the best midfield in the league this season.
Brownson, I've never had doubt about the tactical acumen of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can see, even in the time past, I always spoke about the fact that if given time, I think he will prove beyond his reasonable doubts that he has what it takes to take Manchester United to greater heights. They've not lost an away game this season, and that is the best record for any team playing in the EPL this season. And also, they have the same number of points with Liverpool, who are table toppers, just better off on goal defense, which for me is really very massive for Manchester United. And you could see, you talk about the fact that they have good midfield right now. Even the defense is solid. The attack is absolutely very good as well. They've got, the players like they've got players like
Anthony Martial, and Greenwood. Got a knock, but Bruno Fernandes is delivering week in, week out. Paul Pogba seems to have gelled with the team. Things seem to be going well.
Yeah, when you have, if you talk about the most outstanding player this season, you really want to give it to Bruno Fernandes. I think for me, from my own point of view, I think he should be adjoined the winner of the the PFA player of the season. There's no doubt about that. He has been the best this season, and he has always been, even when Manchester United seems not to be getting their hitting form, he seems to always rise to the occasion, and that's a hallmark of a great player. And I don't know how the management, the scouts were able to get him at the expense of other clubs, because
come on, United is a big brand. Come on.
Yeah, they have. But I think if some of the clubs realize that Bruno has this kind of quality of his sleeves, I think United might not have been able to get him. But so far so good. He has been absolutely fantastic alongside Greenwood, and then we have Martial for me, who also has not done badly so far this season. So for me, it's really going to go down the wire, talking about the teams that might likely win the EPL. But right now, as we speak, I think Manchester United have gotten their rhythm, and they're going to give it a good shot, and Liverpool should just watch it.
Now, there's still talks about Paul Pogba if he's going to leave in the January transfer window. It's still early days, but time definitely will tell. But still sticking in Europe, let's go to Spain, where Barcelona is really struggling. Now, even though they won their game last weekend, but I mean, where they are on the table is not very encouraging. Atletico Madrid is showing that they've got all it takes this season to win the league, but Real Madrid is giving them a close call.
Yeah, Real Madrid giving them a close shot, and I think it's really going to go down the wire. The kind of points that Barcelona seems to be losing right now, though they have about 2 games at hand. For me, if they are able to win that game, they might likely get to the 3rd position, probably displace a team like Villarreal in that position. But it hasn't been the best. They've been struggling. And remember, there's been a lot of distractions as well. Their talisman, talking about Lionel Messi, is not really playing. He's not at his best as we speak. And just a couple of days ago, we learned that Pep Guardiola has also established contact with Lionel Messi about a potential move in this January. So, but we'll wait to see how things will pan out. Like you said, Atletico Madrid are really giving it a good shot, and also Real Madrid are also.
I think it's about the Madrid team this season.
Yeah, it's about the Madrid team, but Atletico seems to be a bit more consistent. But when both teams met some couple of weeks ago, Real Madrid really proved that they were the better team winning that game. But then I will wait to see how things will pan out. If Barcelona are not careful with the way things are going, they might not just be competing at the end.
And for me, it's really shocking to me that Lionel Messi has just 6 months to become a free agent. So why do you want to pay a fee in January? I mean, I just think the smart deal to do is to sign a pre-contract. Don't forget that he cannot play in the Champions League because he's cup tied with FC Barcelona. So I don't know why the rush, why Guardiola wants City to spend that money.
Bronson, with the way Manchester City has played this season, I think I want to agree with Pep Guardiola on this, because he doesn't want to take chances at all. Remember that even PSG and some few clubs are looking at signing Lionel Messi from Barcelona. And even the game they played last week against Chelsea, Pep Guardiola had to come out to say it was like one of the games they played back in about 2-3 seasons ago, where they were absolutely unstoppable. And so for me, it's desperate to really get the team back in form.
They've done well so far for me. I mean, they've won about 3-4 straight games.
That is not the Manchester City we used to know, Brownson.
That scored a lot of goals.
That scored a lot of goals, that actually struggled to win games. On their good days, they could win. I remember last season, 2 seasons ago, where they were winning 6-0, 5-0 consecutively. They were beating teams 6-0, 5-0. But this season, they've been struggling to get in goals. And
they haven't played without a natural striker.
That's why Pep looked at the whole thing, and he thought about with kind of player that could come and change their fortune. And of course, he is looking at Lionel Messi coming to change things for him. So I'm not surprised. It's left for Barcelona to actually take their decision. Remember, just like we said, he has just how many months before
he becomes a free agent.
He becomes a free agent. So it's important for them to sell Lionel Messi right now. Even as we speak, Lionel Messi isn't at his best form right now for Barcelona. So it will be a good deal for both teams, both parties, talking about Barcelona and Manchester City, if the deal sees the light of the day right now.
All right, let's see if £50 million would be good enough for Lionel Messi. Let's take a very quick break. When we come back, more stories to come. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, let's come back to home front and look at what's happening on the home front. Now, in 2020, sport was paralyzed in Nigeria up until 27th to 28th of December, where we had the official restart of the NPFL. Now, up until that, there were lots of cancellations. The National Sport Festival did not see the light of day, and the NPFL and other sporting activity was paralyzed. Now, as it stands right now, Kule, there are lots of unemployed sportsmen right now in the country, because apart from the NPFL, most sports are still shut down. And it worries me because, the Olympic will still go ahead as planned this year, all things being equal. And our athletes, nothing has been said about them. The camp has not been opened. Most sports centers still remain shut. And it worries me because I don't know how our athletes can, first of all, pick form, involved in international tournaments, and then, just make some extra money. I mean, it still boils down to the economy of these athletes.
I think, Bronson, after having said all of this, we can take a solace from the fact that the NPFL is back. For me, is the first pass. Began around 31st of December. So other things can actually follow. The National Sport Festival, I'm very sure I will see the light of the day if we don't have a second lockdown like is being proposed.
I'm looking at the general economy of this. For instance, I have a very close friend who plays squash. She's a national champion. She has not participated in any competition in 2019, in 2020. She didn't make any earnings.
They were, most of the athletes were so disappointed because at the point in time, I think around December, they were told that the National Sport, around November, December, thereabout, they were told that the National Sport Festival was going to see the light of the day, and everyone was excited. And people were, we as sport journalists were also excited, and we're looking forward to it, only to be told that it will not be seeing the light of the day in 2020. And it's very disappointing, like you said. After all said and done, Brownson, let's leave the sport ministry.
I'll leave it.
With the responsibility to make it work in 2021.
You have spoken, and I will leave it. Let's talk about NPFL, where Rangers stopped Aqua United. Nasarawa shocked Heartland in Owerri. Now, some quick results of what went down over the weekend. We had just one away win, and in Nigeria we celebrate any team that wins away for that weekend. So let's give an encomium to Nasarawa United. They traveled all the way to Johnny's hometown, Imo, in Owerri, and of course grind out all important results. 2-1 it ended. Heartland losing in front of their own fans. I mean, everybody went for New Year to watch Heartland, and they got their heart broken. 2
games and 2 losses. I'm disappointed in Heartland of Owerri. And one thing about this club is the fact that when you didn't expect them to perform, they live up to billing. They lost the first game against Casino United away, and this one at home, one would have expected them to win against Nasarawa United. I didn't see that coming at all. But then that is what happens in the round leader game. You can expect surprises. Shocks, and Heartland lost by 1-2 at home. We hope that they will bounce back from that disappointing defeat, but I'm really very excited that the NPFL is back and we're beginning to see the wins, and of course we hope that the organization will be top notch, and there won't be pressure. The home teams and of course the fans will not be pressurizing. They will not be piling pressure or threatening the refs. Officials.
For instance, the game against Warri Wolves at Nasarawa United, they left it very, very late to get that lone goal. I hope we'll be seeing all these guys producing last-minute wins for home teams in 2021.
We hope so. And there will be adequate security provision for the team. At various stadiums. This is very expedient, Browsing. I remember some couple of years ago, I went to watch a game in the NPFL, and the home team they couldn't get a goal for a very long period of time, and the pressure was on them, and the away team was defending vigorously. And all of a sudden, the fans began to tell the referee, look, if we don't get a goal before the game ends, we're going to kill you, we're going to hit you, we're going to harm you. And the referee had to stay because there was no maximum security provision at the stadium. And even some of us as journalists, we were a bit scared because the fans were ready to attack. And at the end, the referee,
manufactured the penalty.
Yes, it wasn't even a penalty. He left the match after 90 minutes. They played additional 15 minutes before the home team could get a goal. And even the away team heaved a big sign of relief because they didn't know their fate. Nobody was there to defend them because the fans were ready to attack the away team.
It's really unfortunate. We really hope that NPFL will really beef up security in most of these match venues, because football has to be free and fair. That's why in Europe and other parts of the continent, even in Australia, VAR is very important, because they want football to be fair. So it should be fair, free and fair, even right here in Nigeria. Let's leave VAR out of it, but at least security for fans and of course match officials. Now let's move away from football and talk about NBA. There were lots of games that went down in the resumption of the NBA season, but one game and one man singled out everything, stealing the headline. Steph Curry returning back this time around with a bang. Now, Steph Curry scored a career-high 62 points as his Golden State Warrior beat the Portland Trail Blazers 137 to 122. Now, Kunle, the shocking part of the whole thing, 62 points in a single game. That's absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. Brownson Stephen Curry has been a very fantastic player in the NBA over the years. I remember even back in the days when I think about 3-4 seasons ago, it was Golden State Warriors against Miami Heat in the NBA Finals, and I think they lost by just a whisker. I'm always in support. I support any team that will have a player like Stephen Curry. For him to have broken.
What about LeBron James?
Yeah, the king is also there, but I think the king is a king. Then Stephen Curry is also Steve Curry. So those two players really have what they do. When you have those two players in a team, then probably they will be absolutely unstoppable and unbeatable. For Stephen Curry, it's a great one for him.
Great one indeed for Stephen Curry. Let's hope that it's still early days in the season. Let's hope that he keeps his form going, and let's see how far Golden State Warriors can go this season. Welcome back. Now, with that fantastic visual brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for being a part of it, Olakunle Philip. The year is still fresh. We have a long way to go.
Yeah, a long way to go. I'm a passionate fan of Nigerian sport. I hope the Super Eagles of Nigeria bounce back from that disappointing performances of 2020, and of course churn out impressive wins in 2021, because last year we dropped in the ranking. We hope that the players will hit form, General will also hit form, and of course we can have Super Eagles back.
Other than the players, I think General needs to pick form in 2021. All right, thank you so much to all our viewers for being a part of the show. This week, we're back again next week with fresh episode. On behalf of all the production team, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.